Coming into child's pose, toes touching in the back, hands are coming wide, and allowing the head to fall. Finding your breath, noticing how you're feeling in your body this morning. Now actively press up onto the finger pads. Arms will come off the ground, and just notice the engagement happening in your back. Holding it here. And exhale, release it back down. Walking your fingertips over to the right. Left hand is going to come on top of the right. And feeling the left side of the body open up. Noticing how with every exhale you feel your body lengthening. And back to center for one breath. Inhale. And exhale, walk the fingertips over to the opposite side. Right hand is going to come on top of the left. Now feeling the right side body opening up. Back to center, reset for a breath. And exhale, coming up into a tabletop position, wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips. And we're going to take elliptical circles to the right, opening up the hips, opening up the spine. So inhaling as you come forward, exhaling, rounding your spine, coming back. Inhale, coming forward, and exhale it back. Allowing yourself to close down the eyes and just tune into your body this morning. Notice where you feel open. Notice maybe where you feel a little bit more closed off. If you feel any aches or pains. And not necessarily making any judgment of it, just noticing it. Really allowing your breath to be your guide here. And switch to the opposite side. Make the neck heavy. Really getting into the hips. And back to neutral. Shift your knees underneath your hips, your wrists underneath your shoulders again. Inhaling, gaze up for cat, for cow. Exhale, round your spine. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, round the spine, look in. Inhaling, come up. And exhale, coming onto those fingertips, rounding your spine. Going a few more with your breath. Back to neutral. Inhale the right arm up high. Exhale, threading it through. Right temple coming down onto the ground. And if it feels good, walking those left fingertips forward. Feeling the right shoulder open up. And releasing tension in the right trap. Coming back to your breath. Walk left fingertips underneath left shoulder. Inhale, right arm up. And exhale it back down. Inhale, left arm. And exhale, thread it through. If you did it so on the opposite side, walking those right fingertips forward. Feeling the release happening now on the left side. Walk right fingertips under right shoulder. Inhale, left arm up. And exhale, back to center. Coming into our downward facing dog. So walking the fingertips slightly forward, bending into the knees and slightly raising those hips up. Good. Coming into our triangular shape. And begin to walk your dog out. So bending one knee, lengthening the opposite, planting the foot on the opposite side. And just going back and forth here. Pressing strongly out of your palms. And eventually coming to stillness. Inhaling for a deep breath. And exhaling out the mouth. Fire walk your feet towards the top of your mat, nice and slow, coming up onto those finger pads to protect the wrists. And then once when you get to the top of your mat, punch 2 fists in between your feet to make hip width. And allow yourself to hang heavy here. Grabbing opposite elbows. And if it feels good, start to sway side to side. Allowing the neck to be heavy. Feeling the opening happening in the back of your legs, the back of your neck. Shaking your head yes. Shaking your head no. And releasing the arms down on the side. Keeping the chin tucked, slowly coming up 1 vertebrae at a time, slight bend in the knees, super, super slow. How slow can you go? Until you come all the way up, head is going to be last. Inhale those arms up overhead. And exhale, back to heart center. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, forward fold, coming all the way down. Inhale, halfway lengthen with a flat back, hands come to shins. Exhale, coming back into a high plank. Bringing down the knees, bringing down the chin, butt is going to stay high here. And slithering through, coming onto the belly. Hands are underneath the shoulders, and slight lift in the back. So we're not doing a full variation of cobra, we're doing a baby cobra. Relaxing the glutes. Good, release the head, coming back down into child's pose, opening up the knees and sinking the chest forward. Coming back up into tabletop. And coming up into a hero's pose, so just coming up onto the knees. Bringing the left leg forward. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, coming out into a football stance. I guess you could call this. Not necessarily T, I don't know what this is called. But we're bringing the elbows back, sinking the hips forward. Squeezing, opening up the chest, opening up that right hip flexor. And then bringing the hands behind the back, clasping behind, rolling the shoulders back. And staying here for a few breaths. Being mindful of the knee not coming past the toe. Releasing the hands and shifting back, coming up into a runner's lunge. Pointing the left toes, squaring off the hips and sinking deeper into this left hamstring and calf. Watching where your mind is, watching where your breath is. Typically, when we focus on the breath, it's a gateway to ease the mind. A few more breaths here, really sinking into that hamstring. Walking those fingertips forward, planting the left foot, picking up the back knee, planting the right hand down. Inhale, left arm up for a twist. Good. Framing out that left foot, kick it back, come back down onto your knees, back down onto your hips. Let's go for the other side. Right leg is coming forward. Inhale, those arms up. Exhale, staying deeper, squeezing in the back, opening up the chest, and sinking into that left hip flexor. If you want a little bit deeper of a stretch in the hip flexor, squeeze that left glute. Feel the activation happening. If you want a little bit deeper, untuck the toes. Well, tuck the toes. Releasing the hands behind the back, rolling the shoulder blades down and back. Relaxing the neck. And taking a few breaths. Release the arms, framing out the right foot, kicking back into a runner's lunge, right toes pointing up, hips are squared. And breathing here. Finding a gaze, finding your drishti on your mat. And allowing yourself to feel the hamstring releasing, feel the calf releasing, and feel the breath moving through your body. Walking the fingertips back to frame out that left foot, picking up the back knee, planting the left hand, inhale, right arm up. Good. Exhale, release the hand, kick back into a high plank, coming all the way down onto the belly, walking the fingertips forward, coming into a cobra but modified because the hands are coming forward. Inhale, we're going to lift. Belly staying on, or the hips are staying on the mat. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. If you want to walk those fingertips a little bit closer for a little bit more of an extension, be my guest. Inhale. Exhale, release. Good. And kicking back into a kneeling position, and we're going to come onto our sit bones. Coming into a seated position, we're going to inhale. Let's do it this way. We're going to inhale, arms up. Exhale, left hand down, right arm lifts. Either keeping the hand down or bringing the forearm down. We just want to keep that right glute on the ground. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, right side. Gaze is looking towards the top of the left hand. Keeping both sit bones on the ground. Beautiful back up lift. And now coming into a spinal twist. Right hand is coming to the left knee. Left arm is coming behind. Gaze is behind. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, twist. Gaze looking over that left shoulder. Inhale, arms back up. Exhale, twist to the opposite side. Left hand coming to the right knee. Right hand coming behind. Gaze is, well, first we're going to inhale, lengthen. And now exhale, gazing over the right shoulder. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, back down to center. Bringing our knees slightly out. Feet are going to be planted. We're just going to continue to work into the spine a little bit. So we're going to round the spine, looking in, kind of like what we did in the beginning with cat and cow. Inhale, forward. Exhale, down. Inhale, forward. Exhale, curl the spine, look in. Last one, inhale up. And exhale back. And allowing yourself to come all the way down onto your back. Bringing both legs into the body, just slightly massaging the spine if that feels good. Dropping the right knee, dropping the right foot, I should say. And we're just going to hug the left leg into the body. Right leg can actually come straight down. Just opening up that hip flexor, opening up the hip on the left side. And coming into a side body twist, now bringing this left leg across the body. Left arm is coming out. Gaze is looking over the left. And using this right hand to guide that left leg down. Coming back to center. Back and forth. Let's come into a figure four. Threading the fingertips through, holding the back of the leg. Both feet are going to be flexed here, making this an active pose. And deepening into that left hip. If you want to go deeper here, you can grab the shin. For me, today, feels comfortable just to grab behind the leg. Good. Releasing the legs down, hugging them into the body, rocking side to side, and now planting them down, and we're going to windshield wiper the legs side to side. So dropping them over to the left, dropping them over to the right, and just going back and forth a few times here. Releasing any tight muscles in the low back. Allowing your body to adjust to the stretch that we just did. Left leg is going to be long, bringing the right leg into the body. Good. Coming close to the armpit, feeling a deep stretch in the glute on the right side. Now coming across the body, coming into that arch twist. Right arm is going to be long. And gaze is over to that right side. Coming back to center, picking up the left leg, coming into a figure four, working into the hip a little bit deeper, grabbing behind the hamstring or on top of the shin, and flexing both of the feet, breathing here. Imagine with every breath, you're sending healing energy into that right hip. Few more breaths. Beautiful. Releasing the legs down and windshield wiper them side to side. Feeling a release happening within those hip joints, in the glutes, massaging the lumbar spine. And lastly, coming into happy baby, grabbing the outside edges of the feet, and then pulling those legs towards the armpits. Inhale, and exhale, pull them a little bit deeper. Maybe rocking a little slightly side to side if that feels good on the spine. And releasing the legs, bringing them into the chest. Head is going to come up, making a ball. And exhale back down. If it feels good, we're going to come back to seated, grabbing behind the legs, rocking yourself up. Good. Now working into the inner thighs. So grabbing a hold of both of the heels. We're going to work the spine a little bit first. So we're going to grab the feet with the right hand. Right elbow is going to come into the right leg. Left hand coming to the left knee, opening up. You should feel a release happening in that lumbar spine. Opening up, leading with your heart. So what we don't want is you sinking down. We want to be nice and strong coming up. Keeping the right leg where it is, coming back center, grabbing a hold of the left foot, kicking into the hands on both of the hands, and we're going to kick it forward. And slightly bringing the foot and the knee towards the head. Try not to move the head too much. Just feeling a release in the calf, maybe even the foot and the hamstring. Coming back into the butterfly posture, grabbing the feet with the left hand, left elbow coming into the left leg, right hand coming onto the right knee. Inhale. Exhale, opening up the chest, pushing down that right leg, feeling a release on the right side body. Coming back, center, grabbing a hold of the right foot, kicking it into the palms on the right side. Good. Lengthening here, feeling the release in the calf, the foot, and the hamstring. And noticing how your facial muscles feel. Are they tight? Are they relaxed? Beautiful, bringing that leg back down. Keeping the feet together now, we're going to work into the inner thighs. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, round the spine, come forward. If you find that there's tension in the low back or even the hip flexors, just bring those feet a little bit more forward. Slowly making your way back up. Legs are going to come out straight. You can remove the flesh away from your sit bones to sit up a little bit taller. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, forward fold. If you can grab your shins, that's great. If you can grab your feet, that's great. If you need to bend your knees, that's also great. It doesn't really matter here. Just allowing yourself to give yourself one more juicy forward fold. And slowly making your way back up. We're going to make our way one more time back onto our back into Shavasana. So we're just going to allow just 30 seconds, a minute or so, just to allow the body to absorb what we just did. So coming all the way down, squeezing the shoulder blades behind the back, and then slightly letting them go. Toes are coming out wide on the edges of the mat. Palms are facing up. And just breathing here. Noticing how you feel within your body in this moment. Maybe a slight difference than you originally felt. And thanking your body for its movement today. Wiggling the fingers and the toes, coming back into your body. Hands overhead, toes out wide, nice long body stretch. And making your way onto the right side body, coming into a fetal position, just for a moment. And pushing off the left hand, coming back into a seated position. And slowly opening up your eyes. Thank you for practicing with me this morning. I hope you are feeling a little bit lighter, a little bit more at ease, and I'm wishing you a beautiful day ahead.